So, my question is, this is a 10-watt speaker. This is 1 3/4, which is 1.75 inches. It's just under 2 inches. Now, this is technically a Harmon Kardon speaker that I purchased this pair from eBay. This is the matching speaker. It's the same. I just made a little enclosure for this one. Paid $20. It was like $21 or $22 after shipping. Okay, this pair of speakers was like $18 or $19, and it came up to like 20 something bucks after shipping, and it took like 4 weeks to get them. Okay, about that, like a month. Now, this is rated for 10 watts, and it's pretty firm. It's really hard. It's tight. It's really tight. So I am doing this video because I was blown away by the amount of power these speakers can handle. It's 10 watts, but you're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. You're not going to believe me. This is 10 watts, right? Look at this. You see this? Look, this is volume all the way down. Volume all the way down, right? It's like negative 100, whatever, 95. Now this is all the way up. Follow me here. Okay, look. 4, 3, 2, 1, all the way up. Won't go up any higher, right? Won't go up any higher. Just for the sake of it, I'm just gonna go down to -1, just for the hell of it. Now, you can hear the hiss. The stereo is all the way up. This stereo, okay, as much as I can zoom in right now. This stereo is 260 watts. You're gonna have to take my word for it, okay? It's 260 watts, and it's really a 2-channel. It's left and right, and then it's got a center channel, and then it has the 2 surround channels back there, and then the subwoofer, which is self-powered, so that's really not included. Now, these are off. There's no hiss or anything, right? These are off, and the center channel is off. And not only that, the surround speakers and the center channel don't get the volume that the main speakers get. They don't, so it's not the same. So if I was to divide that 260 watts by 4, we're still talking about 65 watts per channel. At minimal, these are getting 65 watts each, at minimal. And I'm gonna play these for you at full blast. That stereo is already all the way up. This is all the way up on here. And then I'm also gonna put this volume all the way up. Okay? I'm gonna play these at full blast. And then I'm gonna hook this speaker up with these same alligator clips that I have coming to this. And I'm gonna play it at full blast. And it's not gonna get hot, it's not gonna blow, it's not gonna smoke, and you're not gonna believe me, but you're gonna see it and you're gonna hear it. So, 65 watts rated? Really? 10 watts, but it can handle 65 watts? Are you serious? So let's get into this. Let's do this. Let's get some music here. By the way, all these songs, this is all royalty-free stuff off of YouTube Studio that I went ahead and I downloaded a bunch of them last night. So this is what we're playing. So got no copyright threats right now. This is all fun and games. I'm gonna show you what full blast sounds like, okay? That's halfway. would you say if I told you this little speaker could handle that same amount of power? Let's find out. Same song and everything. I unplugged this speaker, so it's only this one playing. Yeah. That's gonna be this way. Never mind the color of one of these are crosswired, so I gotta crosswire it again. Start the song over so I don't run out of song. That's halfway. I kind of don't want to blow this song. These aren't even broken in. I just got these in the mail this week. But we seen how loud this was halfway. I'm gonna run these both at the same time to give you a decibel comparison. Last night I was blasting it, but I kind of don't want to blow it, you know what I mean? But still. Come on, that's at least 50 watts. Be honest with me. That's at least 50 watts pushing that speaker. Be honest with me. And these being, let me check the temperature of the magnet. I'm gonna be honest with you right now. It's warm. It's warm, but it's like operating temperature warm. It's like 90 degrees. Maybe not even nice, like 85, it's like 85, 90 degrees. That's the first time I've gotten it actually warm. I've never even gotten that warm yet. Now, be honest with me, that wasn't 10 watts. That's not 10 watts. Look, this is what 10 watts looks and sounds like. This is 10 watts right here. A little more. This is like 15 watts. That right there is about 15 watts. This right here is about 25 watts. That was about maybe 20 watts. Maybe 20, 25 watts. So this speaker can obviously, let's see here. It's not even that warm. It's cooler than what it was the first time around. These speakers can obviously handle double their power rating and like not even break a sweat. These speakers can handle 3 times 30 watts. These speakers can probably handle 30 watts for about an hour playing before you should just give them a break. I think they can also handle 50 watts, but I do not think they can handle 50 watts all day. I think at 50 watts, it'll reach a temperature where the voice coil, the glue that holds the voice coil that holds the copper windings down on the voice coil will start to melt and be weak, and it'll start to unravel at those temperatures. I don't know what temperature that is, but it's gonna be over 100 degrees. Anything over 100 degrees probably. But I mean, come on, be honest, man. That was far from 10 watts, and I paid $20 for the pair. I was so blown away that I went ahead and I ordered some more speakers. I ended up buying from a different seller because the seller that I got these from, he had a lot of aluminum stuff, and the aluminum cone on this one got damaged in shipping. You know, it was messed up when I got it, and I'm like, man, F, you know? So I kept shopping around, and he gave me a partial refund, the guy that I bought these from. He gave me a 50% refund, and I wanted to honor that by shopping from him again. You know, I understand, because it's the right thing to do. And he didn't have anything that was polyurethane or polycarbonate cone, which is the shiny plastic cone. And the ones that he did have, they were either 2 inches instead of 1 3/4, or they were used, like pre-owned. So I found somebody else. The second person that I bought from, the store's name on eBay is called Timely Rain. And he's got so many different types of speakers, so many sizes and varieties. I mean, the prices are cheap. The only thing is it's gonna be a month before you get them. So buy more than one pair, you know, in case, I mean, you know, like, just buy more than one pair, because either you're gonna like it and you're gonna want more, or what else am I saying? Or it might have damage from shipping, or it might not fit your application. It might be too small, too big, because you're experimenting and stuff. But get something that has a neodymium magnet. Neodymium magnet. Don't be gullible for a speaker with a big magnet, because those big magnets, that's the previous style magnet that we've been using forever. And they're not as strong, and they're twice as heavy. They take up space. It's going to add weight. They're not efficient. Go for the ones with the small neodymium magnet. You're not going to regret it, okay? So you just seen this. Now, if you have any doubt as to how many watts was actually playing and how many watts it was handling, you tell me, okay? You tell me if you can take apart something like this. You tell me if you can take apart something like this JBL Flip 4, okay? And detach the speakers and run the wires to these and expect this to play them that loud like we just did. It ain't gonna do it. You know it ain't gonna rock those speakers like that. And I think this is 15 watts. I am not sure. Okay, don't quote me on this. I'm not sure, but I think it's about 15 watts, and I'm making that assumption based on all the research that I've been doing for the last several weeks on different types of amplifier boards and Bluetooth receiver boards. And these are a combo. This is a amplifier board with a built-in Bluetooth receiver, and you can buy these on eBay as well. Now, that's how I did this. If you haven't seen my video, it was the first video that I ever uploaded to this new channel that I just started. Let me show you something. I don't want to damage this. Get all this stuff out of here. I have a demo of this playing on this channel here. It was the first video that went up. This is a little repair I'm still working on, and I filled that in with super glue, and I'm just gonna file it flat, and I'm gonna paint these because I think they're ugly anyways. Probably gonna paint them red, and I'm gonna put some Arma stickers. See, like this little sticker here? I'm gonna put that sticker in the center of each one. It's gonna look dope. Now, this is a built-in box that I did. I built this box made of expanded PVC foam board, and it's actually really good and it's loud. This setup here plays louder, or it sounds louder than what it did in its original shell that I took apart. I'll tell you the electronics I use in a second to do this, but this is the PVC board right here that I used. Okay, this is how thick a 1/4 inch is. Where it's thick, it's heavy, and I found it to be too heavy and a little bit impractical. So I ordered another sheet that was half as thick, which would be a 1/4 inch. And these are $10 a piece. The thicker one was not more money, it was all the same. It's $10 a piece. And I cut everything I needed to cut out of here to do the box. It's water resistant. It does absorb a little bit of water, but it's very minimal. It's very, very minimal. It's got a clear plastic that peels off on one side, and the other side does not have it. This side you can write on with chalk or pencil. This side you can't because it has the film on it. Oh, and another thing, is it flexible? How rigid is it now? It's flexible one way and not the other way. Like, it's flexible this way. You see that? It's flexible this way, but it is not flexible this way. Look. It's not flexible that way, but it's flexible this way. So when I was cutting my pieces, I was determining, if I'm cutting a piece that's this long ways this way, I don't want it to flex like this. So I made sure the flex was this way, because if something is narrow, it's not gonna flex. It's too narrow to flex. So the only thing you're gonna realize, yes, is epoxy down and it's permanent, it's clean. I love the way it looks and sounds. The battery is inside. The amplifier board is inside. And obviously it's a Bluetooth receiver board. This, I had a switch here and it looked like the rest of this, but I could hear air coming in and out. And number one, it was annoying. And number two, at least with this open like this, the electronics that are inside get air circulation, which is the right thing to do. It sounds better when it's covered. There's a little bit more lows, but when it's exposed, it's actually louder. Like, it allows the body to resonate, and there's more mids and highs. And when it's covered, it's a little bit more quieter, and you get a little bit more lows. It's like a cleaner sound, but it doesn't project as loud. When the hole is exposed, when it's open, it's kind of louder. Just standing away and listening to it, it's louder. So I'll be doing many more demos on this and other experiments and stuff, but for now, you can definitely check out the video that I uploaded. These speakers that are here, these speakers came out from that. Came out of that JBL Flip 4 that I bought used on OfferUp for parts, for literally parts. And I chose these because they have a frame. They have a frame, and this frame allows me to screw it down because the speakers that I had do not have that option. Okay? Do not have that option. So this is 1.5 inches. These are also 1.5 inches. They're both 1.5 inches. The only difference is this one has a frame around it. They're the same, you see? These are 1.75 inches. It's a 1/4 inch bigger. It's a 1/4 inch bigger. The frame isn't that much bigger, but the speaker is. You can see the ring goes a lot more closer to the edge, and it's a lot bigger, which is good because I can still fit these in here. And that was my plan. I bought these to put these in here. But they take up, I'm not gonna say they take up power, I'm gonna say they handle a lot of power. But I'm assuming that it also requires a lot of power to get them to be loud. I am not sure. I'm gonna be experimenting with that. We have another JBL Flip 4 in the house somewhere. So I'm gonna charge that up, and I'm gonna play it at full blast, and I'm gonna compare it to this one at full blast, because both comparisons, they're both, this one and the Flip 4 are gonna have the Flip 4 speakers. The only difference, the electronics that are in here is not the electronics that is in this unit. This is still in here. The electronics that went in here is a tiny little board. It's a tiny little board. It's smaller than this space here. If anything, it's maybe about just a little bit bigger than this. It's a very small board. It's a 10-watt board, and it's got the Bluetooth receiver in it, and it's loud. I might even demo it for you now. It's loud, but it's 10 watts. And the board from the JBL Flip 4 is 15 watts. If I'm not mistaken, I'm taking a wild guess. It's 15 watts. But I can easily go on eBay and buy an amplifier board with a built-in Bluetooth receiver that is a lot smaller than that, and maybe only a little bit bigger than what I have in here, because I need it to be able to fit in the box. And I can get something that's 15, 20 watts. I can get it with the bass, mids, and highs adjustment on it, auxiliary input, like all the features. And we're talking tens of dollars, 10, 20 bucks. So I'm definitely going to be building more of these. I have other bodies that I want to experiment with. And I'm going to be experimenting with different types of speakers, different types of boxes. The next box I'm going to do, I want to do a transmission line box, a T-line box, which is kind of like a bandpass for, lack of better words. This one is almost like a bandpass. I have pictures of it. I got to make a video with all these pictures together. But inside this is a whole big open enclosure. It's all big and open. And then there's a wall here and a wall here, like a divider, but it doesn't go all the way up to the top. It stops about 1/2 inch up, because in the center I have the receiver board with the battery and everything in there. So there's a channel that comes up over the wall, and it drops in here, then it goes out. So the electronics are getting fresh air coming in and out, and it adds a little bit of pressure in the box, as opposed to just it being one big open rectangle with no walls or divisions in it. This probably wouldn't have that great sound details. You would lose a lot of performance. You wouldn't get too many details out of it. But let me play this real quick before I end the video. Where did I throw my, here it is. Let me show you real quick. Stick this here for now. I turn this on. Right. There we go. Play a song here. What do we got? That's as loud as it goes. Turn this down in case it accidentally goes back to auxiliary. Song. Let's see here. To be honest with you, this is louder when you're playing the royalty-free songs through the app live, as opposed to playing them after it's already uploaded. Let me show you something. I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. No, it's true, trust me. Let me play something from here. Now I'm playing live. Okay, now I'm playing live. Look how much louder it is. You hear the difference when I cover the air hole. Watch. at 30 minutes already, and I'm not going to be editing this stuff, so I'm going to have to cut it right about here. So I don't regret doing this, and I don't think the weight's going to make a big difference. It's not that heavy. This whole thing together with the battery, which was also a very small battery, I don't think this is going to affect anything. The expanded foam board with the battery, the amplifier, and the 2 speakers weighed all together like 3/4 of a pound. It wasn't even a pound. So the electronics, the Bluetooth speaker box that I took apart to do this was the Magic Box 2. Now there's 2 Magic Boxes. There's the original Magic Box that came out, which is black and gray, and then part 2, which is all black. Now, this is the screen for the Magic Box. All I did was I opened it, but this goes bended like this, right? Like that, it goes bended, okay? And it's got a top like this. It's got a black rubber top with the buttons on it, and it's got the same thing on the bottom. It's got a plain one. And this is the screen for it. That's the front of the screen, like that. So it's 10 watts. The first Magic Box was like 6 watts, and the second one was 10. Now, you can easily go on eBay and spend $15 on some no-name brand bogus stuff, you know? And then you take that same name, if you can, you know, see something with a name, like there's one that's called TNG, is another decent brand. And then you go on YouTube and you search teardown, you know, Bluetooth speaker box teardown, you know, cheap off of eBay or Amazon, and you'll get to see what is inside of those Bluetooth, you know, speaker boxes that are cheap. And you can say, okay, that circuit board is small, I can use that. And the battery, you know, anything JBL is going to be big and heavy, you know, and it's going to be expensive. So if you have a JBL that you don't care about, you know, you can go ahead and do that. But if you're crafty, or if you're crafty and you're good with hands-on, I would suggest just buying something cheap, and don't try to do anything too extravagant the first time. Don't try to go all out. Just to do it. Just take whatever you have, buy what you can buy, get what you can get, take it apart, and just do it to do the first one. After you do the first one and, you know, you make a couple mistakes and you get to see what 10 watts sounds like, you know, you can decide on doing something more serious, like going all out. Like the second one that I do, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to do something off the chain. So I'm going to end this video for here. Thanks for watching. This is a new channel. I'm trying to get this up and going. So if you like this kind of stuff, you know, give me a like and subscribe. It ain't going to hurt to subscribe. It ain't going to cost you nothing to help somebody else out. All right. Have a good day.